Hello and welcome back to Mindspans. I'm Craig and thank you for taking some time with me today. I'm going to continue our exploration of lucid dreaming and just dream practices in general. The last episode we talked about how to build our dream memory, and hopefully you've been doing that. And now we're going to talk about integrating our waking life with our dream life, and not to view it as just some place I go to sleep, but that it's all connected, and that there's an incredible opportunity to explore your dream life in a very similar way to the way we explore our waking life. So let's take a big stretch and a big deep breath in through your nose. Reach high to the sky, let a smile wash across your face. Breathe out through your mouth. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. All right, we're good to go. So, integrating our waking life with our dream life. Well, for those who haven't seen the first 3 episodes, I'll do a really quick retake. So, lucid dreaming is when you realize you're awake in a dream. Everyone has the ability to do that. Most people have had that experience at least once in their life. Everybody dreams all the time. We go through 90-minute sleep cycles throughout the course of the night. The dreams get longer and more vivid towards the end of our sleep cycle, so between hours, let's say 6 and 10 of sleep. And those are where we're targeting to do our practice. Of course, before we go to bed initially, we're always trying to encourage our mind and retrain our brain to say we want to remember our dreams and we want to become lucid in our dreams, and all these kinds of statements to prepare ourselves and to let our brain know that we care about this and this is something we want to practice, and it'll eventually get better at it because that's what it's built to do. So in the last episode we talked about how to create memory, because most people say, well, I don't remember some of my dreams or blah blah blah. So there's a whole practice. It's very simple. You just start writing them down, whatever you can, and little by little, you'll write down more, you'll remember more. Maybe you wake up a little earlier or you set an alarm at some point, and little by little, you'll start to remember more and more dreams and more vivid dreams, and that will happen, I promise you. And so that also allows us to start to think about the symbolism in our dreams. I wouldn't care so much about what they mean really at this point, or ever really, because it's all you anyway. The key is, if you ever see anything scary, hug it. It's like, that's the number one rule. Anything that scares you in a dream, turn towards it, hug it, tell you you love it, and you'll be amazed at what happens. It's always a very positive and exhilarating experience. So, but we're going to talk about today is integrating our dream and our waking life, so that what we do during the day then carries over at night. And what we're trying to do, and I explained this in earlier videos, is like the lucid dream is sort of this elusive, it's like if surfers that just sit out in the waves forever and just bounce on the waves waiting for that wave, and then they try to catch it. And that's sort of what a lucid dream is. It's just you're in this state, and at some point the right wave comes along and you got to know how to catch it. And then once you catch it, how to stand up on the board and how to ride the wave. And then that's what it is. It's you catch the wave, you catch it, the dream wave, you get into it, you stabilize yourself so that you're actually like here, but in the dream, and then you go have fun or explore your fears or explore a relationship or whatever it is, and improve your overall daily existence. So what do I mean by integrating waking life and dream life? So we've talked about in the past dream signs. So dream signs are like when weird stuff happens, like a flying pink elephant, and in a dream you're like, oh, whatever. But if you're trained, you'll be like, that's a dream sign. I must be dreaming. And then you'll do like a reality check, and you'll push your hands together like this and see if they go through each other. Or you'll push against a wall like that and see if it goes through the wall. Slowly, and initially it won't, and slowly it'll sort of mush through the wall. Or if you look at a clock really fast, the time changes. And there are many others You can Google this stuff. There's tons of resources. There's Stephen LaBarge wrote a book called Lucid Dreaming, which is really good. And you explore it on the web and books, and there's plenty of resources for this, or text me or comment or whatever, and I'll respond to you. So you want to integrate your life night and day. So during the day, you're going to be doing reality checks, and you're going to be looking for dream signs. And you're going to say, well, how is that possible? Well, reality checks are easy. You just say, you stop and say, I wonder if this is a dream or if it's real. And you do it as often as you can without people thinking you're insane. And you just either push against a wall, or you push your hands together, or just look around very carefully and quietly, like breathe deep, bring yourself down a little bit. You can use some of my other meditations to bring yourself down. And then just look quietly at everything. Pay attention to every little detail. And are things in place? And if you move to the right or left, do they change? Do things change? In dreams, things change. They're very organic. So you could have a thing on the wall, or you could have this beautiful lake. I'm so happy to be at this lake house. It's so amazing. And then you turn around and there's a pool or something. And that's what happens in dreams. But in our waking life, that's not what happens. So that's part of the practice, which is just questioning your reality on a day-to-day basis as many times a day as you can, because that's going to carry over into your dream practice over time. And that will create opportunities for you to become lucid, and then we'll move on to the stabilization part, which we'll talk about at a later date. There's a giant hornet flying around me, which I'm not excited about. And I know I'm not dreaming, so I can't hug the hornet. So that would be a very bad idea. So that's one thing. The second thing is dream signs, and we talk about dream signs, which are these odd things that happen, right, in dreams. And there are things that happen in your daily life that are weird, like a gopher will run across the floor, like happened to me yesterday when I was sitting and doing some work. Or someone will jump out in the street unexpectedly, or something happens unexpectedly that sort of shocks you. And those are little files, like little image files, like memes, that you sort of store away as like a dream sign of some sort. It's like that feeling of like, whoa, what was that about? And I talked about in my last video, there's this Tibetan monk, Buddhist Tibetan monk. His name is Lama Lodro, and you can check out some of his YouTube videos. He talks a lot about dream yoga and the practices, and his practice is to focus on the feeling, and he uses the feeling as a way to enter into a lucid state. And so when he remembers dreams, he focuses more on the feeling he felt as opposed to the actual events that take place. So trying to capture those feelings of weirdness that happen in your life and sort of filing them away as, hey, that's sort of a dream sign type of feeling. And all these little things that you do to engage your brain in thinking about dreaming and wanting to become lucid in dreams, and to testing, all that stuff starts to then will translate while you're asleep. And those will create opportunities for you to become lucid. Because again, it's about, you want to create as many waves as possible. And the more waves, the more likely you'll have a good wave, and the more likely you'll be able to have a lucid dream. And even for me, if I get lucid in a dream twice a week is like a big deal. Like once a week is pretty regular. Twice a week is, that's a good week. So it's not something that's super easy, but it is very accessible. And psychologically, they've used it to really heal people. It's not that accessible because you have to teach it to someone, but certainly for like PTSD and other types of psychological challenges with fear or anxiety, if people can face their fears in a lucid dream, they find that it really heals them very, very quickly. And so it's a really, really powerful tool to evolve yourself into a really amazing state. The other thing is to read your dream journal. We talked about it in the last video. Just read it. Explore your dreams. You're writing them down. Read them. try to fill in details or create new details, and because details are great. The more details, the better, because that's what creates your ability to migrate into a dream scene when you're going to sleep. And again, don't forget, we start our day very slowly. We don't wake up right away. The minute we start to awake, we stay calm, we stay quiet, and try to remember our dreams the best we can, and try to recreate or walk them back, put the pieces together. They don't have to be linear. If you just remember a middle part and then build around it, that's great too. Whatever you can piece together, and then go write that down. And then you go about your day and you do your checks and you do your dream signs or things that are really important during the day, that, like if you have a fight or if you have a really amazing thing happen or whatever it is, a lot of that stuff will carry into dreams. So file those things away that, hey, this is a great thing that happened to me today. It's a potential dream sign. So if it happens in my dream, I know that there's an opportunity that I could be dreaming and an opportunity for me to become lucid. So I'm going to sort of leave it at that for today, because it's a lot to practice. And the next episode, we're going to talk about how to plan and stabilize and plan is sort of together. So the stabilization is once you actually figure out you're lucid, most people get really excited and then they wake up. So how to stay calm, how to find your balance in the dream by maintaining lucidity but not exerting too much control, and therefore bring your consciousness to a level where you start to wake up and lose your lucid opportunity. And planning, which helps with this, is you actually create a little plan, like, oh, this is something that really bothers me and I really want to explore that in my dream and when I become lucid. And so that you have a whole plan that you've outlined, so that when you become lucid, it's not like, oh, now what? You have a plan, you execute the plan, and that's going to create the biggest opportunity for you to have the longest and most interesting experience as a lucid dreamer. So that's what we're going to talk about in more detail next. And I wish you a phenomenal day. And I really appreciate you taking the time with me. And please like it and share it and subscribe and all the things that help get the message out to more people. Because I think that a lot of people that I talk to have no idea about this experience. And it's just 30 years, 25, 30 years of our life is spent in this state. And we could be, it's like another 30 years of fun and entertainment and healing. And there's so many great things that can be accomplished in this state. So it's really, really, really well worth taking the time to learn how to explore it. So be patient with yourself, be patient with your practice, be patient with people around you, and have an awesome day and a great sleep. Thank you.